Previously on Eden.
Oh, there she is! Oh, she's so cute!
And our story continues.
Hey, everybody out there in YouTube land, Jake of the One-Man Band is back again, and we are back playing Eden. I am excited to be playing this game again, and in this part, I have muted the voices just so we can see how it's like. And then in the next part, the voices are just going to be toned down in volume, so we'll see how that goes. That way we can figure out which way is the best and which way is the coolest. So, let us get started. From the sound of her breathing, I was certain she had fallen asleep. I stood from the chair beside her bed and dimmed the lights. I considered leaving the room, but decided to return to my seat instead. Why? You just gonna stare at her as she sleeps? Like a creeper? Her breathing was normal. Not particularly erratic. Well, that's good. She was fine. Pleasant dreams, I guess. I was just worrying too much is all. Her hand had slipped out from under the comforter. Oh, can't have that! I gently took her hand and put it back under the covers. Just get back down in there. But suddenly, she squeezed back. You're not asleep! It wasn't a particularly strong grip, but it was enough that I couldn't let go. You couldn't let go, or you couldn't force yourself to, let go, if that makes any sense. Her petite head, white as snow, I silently squeezed back. I'm here for you, Curly. Her hand was a little cold, but I could certainly feel her warmth. Question mark. Her mouth was moving ever so slightly, talking in your sleep again, like she was repeating the same words over and over. Rosebud. That's probably what she's saying is Rosebud. What was she whispering? She's probably whispering Rosebud. As I began to lean in, I suddenly stopped. Even in the darkness, I couldn't clearly see it. See what? A trickle of... Why you cry? No, don't cry. No, it's the second part. No time to be sad now. What could she be sad? What could be so sad? Could they be tears shed for someone she once knew? How much sadness is she carrying in her dreams? In her heart? Well, ain't that the question? It's probably the question we're going to discover the answer to as we play this game. I slowly released her hand. Wow, you got a, window on the ceiling. I think that's a skyline, actually. Unable even to wipe away her tears, I turned my back to her. I cannot face these sorrows with you just yet, because I am unable to deal with my own. Whatever sorrows those may be. But we're probably gonna find out! Oh, still digging in the ground. I still remember the soft sensation of her hand from that time. There was no way I could forget. But why are we digging in the ground now? I was incapable of forgetting all of the time I had spent with her. These hands! They're tainted! I stared closely at my hands. They were covered in mud, the skin was cracking underneath, and spots of blood were oozing onto the surface. That's good. If you're bleeding, that means you're still alive. It would have been fine if I had worn some work gloves, but I never once considered it. No, I knew I would be digging such a big hole, so using a shovel would have been the obvious choice. What am I doing? Ain't that the question, my good sir? What in the world was I doing? Digging a hole while it's raining? I felt like I'd been asking myself that my entire life. Except for the time I spent with her. So you were soulmates, obviously. The cold wind felt, wonderfully on my raw, stinging hands. Shall I return to the past once more? I remember everything, from the beginning to the end, so that I can move these hands again. Did I make any mistakes leading up to this day? This very spot? Was there nothing I could do? Was there nothing I could have said? Was there nothing we could have done? Was there anything I should not have said? What was it that I did for you? Let me remember one thing at a time. Once again, we go to the flashbacks. I slowly closed my eyes. Why is it gonna be like... I have a feeling this is just gonna be a sad story through and through. It's like, can we at least have some happy moments too, please? Please, pretty please. So, black screen. Oh. Some months ago, in a galaxy far, far away, there were many people on the planet. Really? There were? Mm-hmm. Question. Oh. Hey! I didn't even get to read that. We're on a helicopter? Okay. Ha! I see the panty shot. Trying to sneak that in there. Hello, girl. I love your beret. The girl sitting across from me said that cheerfully as she crossed her long legs from underneath her miniskirt. Why? Looks like Roy Mustang got in this military. All females must wear miniskirts. Her name was Lavina F. Aze? She was a warrant officer like myself, and we seem to be the same age. Well, of course we are! That way she's the second love interest. Perhaps that's why she was acting quite friendly with me despite us just having met. They aren't, finicky about regulations, but they won't fault you, for the most part, if you cut loose when you're off the clock. She had an army brat feel to her, and her personality was refreshing. There also aren't many officers, so warrant officer is quite a position indeed. So warrant officer, wouldn't that mean we're like in the Navy or the Air Force? I think that's what it would be. Hey, are you listening, warrant officer Hurana? I'm listening, warrant officer Azay, or Azai. Didn't I tell you before, Lavi, or is it, Levy? He's fine. See, this is why I was kind of hoping for the voices. That way I would actually know how to pronounce these things. I don't like my surname all that much, so call me Warrant Officer, Levy. Isn't it weird to attach your rank to your first name? First names are a dime a dozen, man. I don't mind if you'd like to drop the formalities, at least until I become your superior. What makes you think you're going to become my superior? I'm going to rise through the ranks here! It's my military. She gave me a teasing smile. But you know, Warrant Officer Hirana, don't you think you've been a little too aloft this whole time? Are you not pleased with your current mission? This female soldier and I were the only ones present on the transport helicopter, which could carry 11 troops. Her shrill voice was harsh in my ears, perhaps due to how empty it was. Well, defending a research facility is probably a lackluster job for a warrant officer from the Special Forces. I was in the Special Forces! I'm good at my job! It's not that I'm particularly unsatisfied. According to the others, I usually looked quite stoic and always seemed displeased. Well, it wasn't a big deal for a soldier to be unsociable. It works, but it's work, so I'm not being picky. I'll go anywhere and I'll do anything if I'm ordered. Well, aren't you modest? Here I thought everyone in the elite unit was an arrogant bastard. Well, thanks! I may have been in the Special Forces, but that doesn't really make me an elite. The work we performed was just different from other units. What do you mean by different? Besides, the unit is no more. I'm no different than you. Ooh, it did different work and now it's disbanded. The mystery continues to grow. Is that so? Yeah. It's been 3 months since the unified government had declared the war to be over. The war against who? My unit was dissolved amidst the rapid disassembly and the reorganization of land forces. Land forces? Where are you fighting? In space? Space battles with lasers? Many of my former comrades transferred to new units and had gone into space. Space! Yes, I was right. Several had been discharged and returned to their normal lives, and some transferred to the police force. But not me! No, I stayed on Earth like a good boy. It was exceedingly rare for someone to be transferred to another terrestrial unit like me. Are we looking at the arm patch right there? Oh, I can see it. Take a look over there. She spoke remarkably loudly and looked toward the window behind me. I turned to look, lured by her voice. Then why are we looking at her? Oh! Ooh! Island. Skull Island. As soon as I turned around, a tiny island floating alone on a light blue ocean entered my view. This is Isla Sorna, where we grow the dinosaurs. There was a rather solemn-looking building standing on the island, concealed by a sheer rock face like some sort of mistaken design. That's it. Yes, your new post. Research facility number 703. Well, okay, we got ourselves a new posting. And this is the true beginning of the game. Okay. There were only 2 on the planet. Here I am. As we nonchalantly passed through the splendid doors to the building, I halted and set down my bag beside me. I hear I was assigned to a research facility's defense unit. Why does this look like a lavish hotel? Yes, like I said, this is your new post, research facility number 703. She repeated these words, and I had heard only a moment ago. Does look like a lavish hotel to me. Or a mansion, or something. Bed and breakfast, maybe? Bed and breakfast in the Island Alps, or Island Hills. I took a better look around the empty hall. Well, this is certainly something. I bet it isn't quite what you had pictured, a research facility. No, a research facility, I think of beakers and tubes and... Normally I think research facility, I think drab concrete exterior with nothing but offline linoleum corridors inside as far as the eye can see. Yeah, this is exactly what I think about. But that would have been presumptuous, as this place certainly doesn't look anything like what I imagined a research facility would be. Well, you'll understand sooner or later. For now, I'll take you to our commanding officer. Alrighty. Ah, Lavi. Made! Yes! Because we needed more! Prepare the fan service, everyone. The fan service is strong with this one, I can feel. Miss Axilla. What's wrong? You sound a bit frantic. That is because Mr. Claudius and Mr. Matsunaga, Mr. Matsunaga Senpai Sansaba are having a scuffle in the salon. Oh. What's wrong with that? Sergeant Claudius and Corporal Matsunaga, I'll get it, are both young. There are times when adolescent blood just boils. So how old are we then? I can never gauge age with anime people. But many people got injured trying to intervene. I'll make it'll make for good training. Anyone who can stop the fight anyone who can't stop the fight might be getting rusty. But no buts, Miss Maid. There's more. Is there more? It appeared to be a duel over your ownership. Oh no! Ownership? What? Furthermore, the winner will receive an exclusive ticket to force themselves upon you. Oh, really? Oh, okay, yeah, because she's not in the military or anything, and she could probably whoop their ass. Who issued these tickets and where? So, should we go or leave them alone? Oh, she's already gone. How quick. Warrant Officer Lavi disappeared like the wind before this Excilla girl could finish talking. Hello! How troubling, but Lavia is such a beauty that it really is inevitable. Say, don't you think so? I won't deny that Warrant Officer Lavi has a reasonably good appearance, but... Oh? She tilted her head slightly. Look, girl, what do you want me to say? I'm in the military. I'm here to do a job. By the way, who might you be? I was assigned to this post starting today. I'm the new guy, the FNG. Come on. Ah, I heard. They said a cunning young man with dreadful eyes was coming. Are my eyes really that bad? I'm sorry. Setting my eyes aside, what shall I do now that I've lost my guide? What shall you do indeed? Actually, I have a question as well. May I? Sure. What is it? Just, who are you? And why are you dressed in a fan service maid outfit? I would be the maid. Of course you are. Of course. Is there a noble living here or something? Because normally the army don't get maids. And if they did, I think I chose the long line of work. I'm telling you. Impossible. There is no way there would be any nobles around now that people are immigrating to space. If there were, they would be stuffed and placed in a museum. The girl who called herself a maid chuckled cheerfully. If speaking in terms of rationality, wouldn't a maid follow suit as well? In other words, you mean to have me mounted and stuffed? I didn't say that, no. I meant you go to space. Let's not move away from that subject. I couldn't help but feel this would-be maid was off in the head somehow. Great, she's the ditzy one. There's always the ditzy one. It is a government installation, even if only for a time. There is one way they would place a maid at such a essential complex. You can't just suddenly appear and deny my existence. My head is starting to hurt. Look, girl, just tell me why you're here. Even if she looked at me with those troubled eyes, I was just as baffled as she was. Maybe I should explain what I do here. That's what I was asking! No, it's fine. That would just make my headache worse. Anyway, I would like to go and see the person in charge here. Can you tell me the way? Or at least show me? Ah, you mean Major Inaba. Yes, I would like to see the Major, please. In that case, why don't I show you the way? Levi probably will not return until she has beaten Mr. Claudius and Mr. Matsunaga half to death anyway. Half to death indeed. This sounds like a dangerous place. Lavi is the only dangerous one. Oh, really? Oh, really? I'll have to see that myself. There's no need to be on your guard. This is a peaceful place. A carefree smile rose on her face. Then why is there soldiers here? The moment I witnessed her smile, dripping with kindness. What? Hey, what? What was that all about? It said that I was amazing. Who said I was amazing? What in the world was that sensation just now? For an instant, it felt like a current had just run through me. I was seeing stars. No, there was something else. I had surely caught a glimpse of something else for that instant. What in the world was that? Are we hallucinating? Oh, it's nothing. Please don't worry about it. I said that as I wiped the sweat from my forehead. Maybe we're not healthy. Maybe we're sick. If you are feeling unwell, I could get you some medicine. Only if it's grape flavored. It's really nothing. Please, just lead the way. Understood. Then let us be off. Let's! Party of one, right this way. I'm a-coming, I'm a-following you. I slowly followed behind the maid as she started walking. Earlier, it seemed like I just remembered something important. There was no doubt that it was an illusion, but why did I suddenly hallucinate? It's them dang military drugs again! I shook my head. A building unsuitable to be called a research facility and a girl who calls herself a maid? You see, even this guy knows that things are kind of off kilter here. I was probably just a little confused after encountering such a strange situation. And this is our commanding officer? After opening the door and stepping in, a lone man appeared before me. Well, he's kind of sitting there. The man was seated, sloping in his chair, and was grinning, and was gazing, maybe possibly grinning, at me with an uninterested expression. Why are you with, Alicia? Warrant Officer Harana. The man, Major Inaba, went straight to the point. Regarding that, Lavi suddenly had some urgent business to attend to. As in beating up guys. Well, urgent business usually is sudden. Oh, I see. Very witted. Very quick-witted, you be. Oh, golly, it's not that quick. What's with this conversation? And so, you brought him here, Alicia. Sorry for that trouble. Not at all. This much is but the simplest of tasks. I can't read today. I will do anything that does not leave me at a loss. Or perhaps I should say it was a good excuse to skip out on work. I wasn't sure what to think of her after hearing that. Well then, it is troublesome, but it is about time I got back to work. Yeah, please, take care of her. Take care of who? Are you talking about Xion? Because obviously she's probably going to be here at some point. Alicia smiled sweetly, bowed to the major, and left the room. When I saw her bow instead of salute, it became clear she wasn't military personnel. No, I don't know. Of course she's not military personnel. She's a freaking maid in a maid outfit. Maybe she really was a maid. No, I don't think no way, no. Oh, here's the anime pretty boy with the long hair. What do you think of Alicia? Or Elika, whatever. Pretty easy on the eyes, right? His mouth loosened into a grin. I suppose so. You don't seem very interested. Look, dude, I'm in the military. I came here to work. Let's get to work, please. Not very at all. Not even a little. Well, it's not an unusual thing in the military, and these days even God won't say you can't love another man. I don't mean it like that. Just come on, bro. It's just she is attractive, yes. But I'm in the military, I'm a soldier, I have to do my job. In reality, I had some interest in Alicia, but I wasn't captivated by her endowed figure. No. No? You think I've just gotta concentrate on her bust? No. No. Jeez. Something felt out of place about her. Not that I had the slightest idea where that feeling came from. Try to pursue your interest when you can. What, dude! Is this the military? What kind of military is this? Superior officers who peered into their subordinates' personal lives were the worst. Now then. I'm looming now. Major Inaba corrected his posture slightly and cleared his throat. I suppose I should say you did well to make it here. Although it seems there has been some sudden inconvenience from our end. I appreciate your words, but aren't your subordinates a little too undisciplined? I am a superior officer who respects his subordinates' independence. Well, what? They have to have independence, yeah, but you're in the military, bro. Isn't it bad for the superior not to take responsibility? He shrugged his shoulders and showed a faint smile. The way his actions and expressions gave off a sarcastic feel had not changed at all from the past. If I recall... If I recall, you were a first lieutenant 7 years ago. I never thought you'd still be a major. Wow, he did not rise through the ranks gracefully. Jeez, man, he's still a major? Although I'm out of the academy, I'm not even in my 30s yet. Making it to the rank of major isn't bad at all. No, I thought... What? You seem rather distracted, Inaba. I thought you were more capable. Come on, dude. Strive for the stars! As in stars! Like a general! Oh, man, I just got that one. I made a funny high five! Yeah! Not only was there no point, that was not something I should say to someone who was, for the time being, my superior. I swallowed my words. You have not changed much since, from how you were in the past. It's because I haven't gone through any hardships. There's nothing to age me. He let out a rattled laugh. His face looked a little red, but it was unlikely for he would drink in the afternoon. I've already received your assignment documents, so you can rest for the remainder of the day. You must be worn out from the long trip, switching straight from plane to helicopter. Yeah, actually, I think I'd like to run a little bit. I have a feeling he'd be very, very antsy. I still have not heard the details of my mission. The defense of this research facility. That is all. It seems pretty vague, but understood. Salute. Okay, take this. It's my ID card! He rummaged through his desk drawer and took out a thin, manila envelope and a single card. This envelope contains assorted documents and a data disk with a rough map of the building. Also, this is your ID. Thanks. Finally, I have some valuable resources for consoling yourself on those lonely nights. Would you like to take them while you're at it? I'm quite all right. I'm not that lonely, bro. What kind of research base is this? How boring. Sure, I'm your superior officer. You want some porn? I'll get you some porn. I took the envelope and ID and returned the guest ID I had reserved from Levine earlier. I'll meet you at 730 hours and explain the details of your assignment then. This all seems rather sketchy. I've not even received a luggage inspection since I entered the building. It seemed far too insecure. Anyway you look at it. It's not like everyone gets this type of treatment. Then why are you letting me through so easily? That should be obvious. It isn't obvious! Ryo, Haruna. It's because you're special. Oh, we're special! Thanks! Was it so obvious? I understood from his tone that he didn't intend to say any more. I do have a question for you. Is that okay? Of course. That's not a problem, sir. There is no way I could refuse to speak to a superior. Ryu? His demeanor flipped like a switch and his eyes stared straight at me. Do you still remember what happened 7 years ago? Well, there's a kid and a soldier, the frustration of only being able to cry out. The sensation of a large, heavy fist smacking into my face with a thick thud. We're getting beat down, a back trailing off into the distance and tiny footsteps pushing through the grass. I haven't forgotten. Was it you who beat me up? You jerk? 7 years is far too short to forget everything. I returned his stare. No matter how sharp his glare, my heart would not sway. Then why don't you pull out your gun? Though I'm sure it won't be enough to satisfy you, even if you kill me at this point. So he was the one who beat me up! Didn't you live to this day in order to stand before me and accomplish that? Oh, did I put in a request for me thinking you'd be killed? You're certainly something. I bet I couldn't even lay a hand on you now, much less hit you. I'm the military's attack dog, same as you. Only we've actually been in combat. Any soldier would shoot if given the order. But on the other hand, we couldn't shoot without an order. That's how a trained soldier behaved. The major should have been aware of that. Forget what I just asked. It's a bad habit of mine to run my mouth about things unrelated to duties. It really is a bad habit. You said it. Before I knew it, his eyes had become as sluggish as before. Well then, please excuse me. Yeah. I'm leaving! I salute as I went to turn and halted. Major? What is it? What in the world are they researching here? The mystery! The question we ask. Oh, I forgot to mention something important. Sorry about that. Dude, you're inept, and I don't like you. He clapped his hands together and grinned. His sloppiness might have been the reason he was stuck at his current rank. Even I don't know in great detail. I probably wouldn't understand even if they told me, so I'll keep it simple. She was a key figure in the development of the colony ships, and now she's running data analysis on the ones that are currently in service. Development of the colony ships. Wait just a second. A key figure in the development of the colony ships? You couldn't mean. Not surprising, you catch on faster, Ryu. He grinned fearlessly. This is where she lives. Meaning Sion or someone else? That is the question. But I think right here, guys, is where I'm going to end the episode, because we have definitely gotten to places. We have gotten here, and it is amazing. I'm just going to write this as Amazah. Okay, so with that done, gonna end the episode here. Like and favorite if you've enjoyed. Subscribe, of course. The next part, there's going to be the voices. It's just going to be turned down, so it's not going to be overpowering. And I'll see you guys next time I'm out there in YouTube land. Be a good person, tip your waitresses, keep moving forward, and as Jake the One Man Band, I strive to entertain you in more ways than one. And maybe one day, I'll get through one of these episodes actually reading it correctly. We'll see you next time. Yeah!